Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Practical Astrology. Today, of course, we've been talking about Sagittarius. It's a terrific sign. You know, I find that all of the signs are terrific. Every sign brings to the table different qualities that comprise us as humans. I think of us as one. And so whatever anybody brings to the table, I welcome, because I've created it, right? Spiritually, we know that we are the creators of our life. And whatever we have in our life, whoever we have in our life, we have invited. And so when we're dealing with Sagittarius, we're dealing with a big picture, we're dealing with principles, we're dealing with truth. I love it. I just love it. So in this episode, we're talking about Mercury, our conscious mind, in Sagittarius. Now, Sag hates to be pinned down. In each segment, I've talked about how Sag, you want freedom. You don't want to be held down. But Mercury in Sagittarius can be confused because Mercury deals with ideas, with our conscious mind. Sagittarius deals with concepts and principles and belief systems. So, the best way I have seen Sagittarians combine those two is to take the principle, the concept, and break it down into words that are simple to understand so that the rest of the world can keep up with us. You have the ability to take the big picture and break it down so simply that anybody can understand it. You don't dwell on details, you tell the truth. And the power of the truth is incredible. There's no arguing with the truth. Well, people can argue with you. I know they argue with you because they don't want the truth. And you give the truth directly. Well, bravo to you. But you have the ability to make it understandable, so understandable that whether they acknowledge it or not, they are thinking about what you said. Because when you hear truth, no matter what your sign is, you recognize truth when it walks in the room. And that's the truth. So with Mercury in Sagittarius, this is what makes Sag curious. Curious about other people, curious about what's going on. They do want a big picture. So if they ask you what time it is, they don't want you to tell them where the watch was made, how it was made, etc. They don't care about those details, okay? Keep that in mind when you're dealing with a Sag. They just want to know what the time is. They may want to know what you're studying in school. They don't want the curriculum. I hope I'm making sense. They want the big picture, and within that big picture, they can fly. They can soar. Remember, above all else, Sag wants freedom. Freedom to be themselves. And they do laugh at themselves. But they don't want you laughing at them. Remember I said earlier, they can dish it out, but it's hard to take it. Understand that about Sag. It's not a good idea to retaliate. It'll just roll off. Sag really feels, can't take a joke, too bad. And they mean that. So they're going to try and introduce humor wherever they go. Jupiter is the greater benefic. It is jovial. It brings God's blessings with it. It brings abundance with it. And this, I would say Sagittarians are lucky. This is why they are lucky, because their ruler is Jupiter. I just think it's terrific. Now, the Sun and Venus and Mercury travel as a threesome. And when they're all together in Sagittarius, you got somebody who's larger than life. And that, of course, will be from November 22nd to December 21st. That's just how it is. It is marvelous. Sag, you are marvelous. Okay. Let's talk about the full moon in Sagittarius. Whenever we have a full moon in Sag, things explode on a full moon, but they're really big. I can't stretch my arms out far enough. They're really big on the Sagittarius moon because just prior to the full moon, and when I say just prior, I mean like 2 days prior, as we approach the full moon, there's a tightening of the energy, an intensification of the lunar energy, because we are preparing for the explosion that the full moon brings. The new moon is when the energy starts growing. This is why you want to use the power of the full moon to create what you want in your life. Sag, when you have a full moon in Sag, go big. Go for broke. Because that full moon is going to deliver. So, now you know about Sagittarius. My blessing for you, all of you, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours.